How's it going, film and TV fans? Welcome back to another review on the Off the Cuff Film Reviews channel, and today we are taking a look at the 2021 remake of Dune, or Dune, however you say it, but it's the movie spelled D-U-N-E, Dune, starring Timothée Chalamet, Oscar Isaac, Jason Momoa, Javier Bardem, Rebecca Ferguson, Josh Brolin, Zendaya, Stellan Skarsgård, David Duchamalin's in the movie, it's got a... Dave Bautista's in the movie as well. Like, it's got a stacked cast, and its second part continues to stack more on top of that stacked cast. So it's quite starting this one. Now, this review has been a long time coming because I saw this movie twice in cinemas. I wanted to talk about it for a while. I only recently watched it a couple of times, and it's a movie where I have a opinion of it because, and it puts me in the stance of. A lot of people assume because I say that I don't know anything about it, it means I don't like the movie. No, I think the movie is one of the most visually stunning movies I've seen in my life. Some of the best film music, to an extent, however I do believe. I could get on for a minute. Some of the best cinematography and a lot of other parts of the department. Visually, it's a beautiful movie. And the performances are great as well. And it's a movie I really like. I think the whole story works really well. Each character is purposely done up properly, and it is definitely one of the better movies of last year. But the issue I have with it is that it won 6 Oscars, and I think that sounds like I hate. Again, I don't like the Oscars, but this specific year of the Academy Awards genuinely annoyed me quite a lot. To an extent, well, I think I've talked about it on my social media and stuff, but I think the thing that got me particularly the most is the fact that Dune won 6 awards, which is, a large amount of them. And I think it's just when you're look at the ones it won specifically. So it won Best Cinematography, Best Film Editing, Best Original Score, Best Production Design, Best Sound, and Best Visual Effects. And I just don't think it was worthy of all of those. It was definitely worthy of Best Cinematography. That's one I can get behind, but the rest, I think there were other films that came out in 2021 that deserved to win those other awards. I'll give you an example. Best Original Score, for me, that needed to either be The French Dispatch or Spencer, those two weren't actually nominated at all, and out of the ones that were nominated, I would have personally preferred the Power of the Dog to get Best Original Score. Best Film Editing, that one, to be honest with you, is hard because, I guess looking at film editing, what's in the categories, probably Tick Tick Boom for best film editing. For best original score, I've already mentioned that one. For production design, it was really hard to say it, but again, I think for me, production design was definitely Nightmare Alley because it had some really great designs to it. So I should have won that one for me. Now, the sound one, I kind of get why it won that one, but I do think Belfast deserved that one just a little bit more, but hey. And then, of course, Best Visual Effects. No Time to Die, I think it's on Best Visual Effects, but again, it's just, I feel like even the nominees weren't really that good, but I mean, there were many other films that far more deserved to win those awards than Dune did. Dune was a great film, but it was very much I think another reason why I dislike the fact it won so many awards is because it's coming from my least favourite film studio of all time, which is something I'm going to be discussing in my Batgirl video very soon, so I look forward to that coming out soon. Because I fucking hate Warner Brothers with a burning passion. They are an absolutely disgusting company with disgusting business tactics and ethics, and it's horrible to see so many great films and filmmakers go through a company like Warner Brothers and be one of, if not the only avenue for them to actually produce what they want to produce, but they have to be stuck behind one of the worst companies of Hollywood, the EA of Hollywood, in my humble opinion. But that doesn't mean I haven't produced good movies, and this is one of those movies. It just so happens that it was because it was a high-profile director that managed to make them a lot of money on his previous effort. He was given more control than I think anyone else would be ever given control over Warner Brothers. The only 2 people I know who have been given that much control at Warner Brothers, it's Christopher Nolan and literally didn't even knew this time, and even then he was not given as much control or as much a budget as Nolan was ever given. So, you know, the movie is brilliant. I think the story is great, the characters are great, the visuals and all that is gorgeous movie. And like I said, it did deserve to win the cinematography award because it is a fucking beautiful movie. Its story is so well told, but I do think the last, like, I think 20-30 minutes, they drags for me a little bit. Like, it feels like hours upon hours when it's only like 30-40 minutes. And that's, I think, got under my skin a little bit while watching the movie, and even seeing it a second time in the cinema, I had this exact same initial reaction, that it for a little bit, it outstayed as well, just a tiny bit. Yeah, it's just one that it's a good film. It's a great film. I recommend you all give it a watch because it's one of the best movies I've seen in a long time, and it's great. But I still feel soured out by the fact that it won 2 million awards that it didn't personally deserve. Again, this is all my personal opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. You know, I'm not going to barge and say my opinion is right, the Oscars are wrong, because no, my opinion is my opinion. It may or may not be right. Who knows? Who cares? It's my opinion. So, you know. Anyway. Yeah, Dune is a great movie. It really is. It is just, again, the sound is on a whole nother level. While it didn't deserve original score, it didn't. Well, I think there was definitely movies that had better music score-wise in their films. I don't, you know, I still think the music of Dune is, you know, fantastic. So much so that there are 3 full albums on Spotify of all music related to the film. You've got the original motion picture soundtrack, 22 songs coming in at 1 hour in 14 minutes. You have the Dune sketchbook, so like Hans Zimmer has released a few things like this, like a sketchbook, which basically is sketches and stuff that he's written for the movie. The last one was Wonder Woman 1984 for some unknown reason, but yeah, 9 songs coming in at 1 hour and 41 minutes, which includes like literally an 18-minute song, a 16-minute song. Like, it's crazy. And the final one technically isn't for the movie, but it is it's actually a book soundtrack for a companion book to do with the movie. So that's cool. So it's basically it's not for the actual book Dune. It's actually for a book called The Art and Soul of Dune. So that's cool. That's coming in at 9 songs, 1 hour 43 minutes, including a 26-minute track. So yeah, there's a lot of Dune music you can listen to, you know, on Spotify. And in fact, you know, the total runtime of all music related to Dune on Spotify comes to a whopping 4 hours and 53 minutes. So it's a lot to listen to, and it is, as just watching the featurettes and stuff, it's a whole new soundscape, new instruments and stuff was created, which is really cool to see. Currently you're hearing a piece from the Dune sketchbook. So yeah, but it was a massive undertaking, as I've seen from the featurettes, and it's a fantastic movie. And one that I have been trying to go back to for a while. I won't lie. Because I think it's one of those movies that is actually so well made, but again, it was, again, there's some really great performances and some really great cinematography and visuals. Like, it's a gorgeous movie to look at. You can really be taken to transported to a different world, and it's a movie that really was meant to be seen on the big screen. So watching it on a small screen again, it doesn't feel, you know, there's some of it is lost. Movies like that like this are designed to be seen on the big screen, and some of that experience is definitely lost when watching it back on the small screen, you know. And just to give an example, not all movies I think are designed to be seen on the big screen. They are definitely all movies are better off seeing on the big screen, but some of them are truly designed to take into account every sort of element of a big screen experience. And to put this to an example, so a movie like The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, it's a really good movie, but it's just as easy to watch at home as it is at the cinema. It translates nice and easy, and it's not like you're losing any kind of moments from the experience when you watch Massive Talent at home. But Dune, you're definitely losing an element of the experience of watching it at home, because a big loud, obviously people can have their own cinemas, but I'm talking on a basic TV or a Blu-ray player or something like that, you're still losing that experience of the music almost killing your ears, which it even still does on my normal TV. So, but and immersing yourself in that experience, that is definitely something that's lost in watching it at home. But it's still a movie that I recommend you all go watch. It's a fantastic movie. Just don't give Warner Brothers your money ever again, because I hate Warner Brothers. Again, that's for the Batgirl video. Yeah, Denis Villeneuve, this is the first Denis Villeneuve film I've seen. I know he did Arrival and he did Blade Runner 2049 or 2047. I want to say 2049. Yeah, I think it is 2049. Yeah, Blade Runner 2049. And that for me is what really, his visual style, his style for the visuals and making sure everything actually works. And again, looking at the behind the scenes featurette, it seems that a lot of the stuff you see on screen, for as much as possible, is real life, prosthetics and not CGI. The Baron is completely prosthetics, and poor old Stellan Skarsgård spent hours and hours in prosthetics, and at least it was for a really good movie. So if it was for a bad movie, he probably wouldn't have done it. But he knows, obviously, it's a great movie. Like I said, as much of it as possible is prosthetics. Where obviously it's not possible, it isn't prosthetics. But I think for the most part, all prosthetics and all models and stuff like that, and that's really cool. I appreciate that. That's really sick. Anyway, thanks so much for watching my review of Dune 2021, a movie that I thoroughly do enjoy, but again, I just don't think it was worthy of all the awards it won in the Oscars. I think there were movies that deserve far more, because this is very much a studio picture. I wouldn't say studio system picture, but it's very much a studio picture, and there were a lot of other smaller films, indie films and stuff like that deserved the wins much more, I think, for some of the awards. So there's anything that bugs me, but yeah, the movie's brilliant. Go watch it, please. Thanks so much for watching. We have Autumn Deluxe is out in literally like 3 days, so go stream that stuff. Legoland is out at the moment. The single is also out, so go stream that as well from Venture on Deluxe. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Again, the Wii video is still coming. No Time to Die. I look back at No Time to Die is also coming, but that'll be the end of September, so we've still got a while to go. And then obviously the Batgirl video is next up. Thanks so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and bye bye for now.